What is going on, y'all? I feel like I'm about to get rocked by this thunderstorm. Like, real bad. So, trucking along across I-80. You know, nighttime driving is normal. Excuse me. Nighttime driving is normal, trucking across I-80. And I checked the radar before we left, and I was pretty sure that I was gonna be able to get ahead of this, in which I was right, partially. I was partially right, but the storm like looped down in front of me, so I'm gonna catch the front end of it now, I think, which kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping to not run into that. Let's see what it says now. But I was trying to beat it. But anyway, we are continuing the no AC saga. It's at least it's no longer 100, 110 plus degrees. Because of the storm, it's now 72 degrees, and I can deal with that. You know, it's okay. Man, I'm about to run straight into this thing too. That sucks. Man, that sucks. Golly. Well, at least it's just the tip of this and not the big, big mess it's gonna be. I can deal with it. But anyway, trucking across I-80. And trying to get back to the East Coast. I looked up, so I have a warranty for the truck. I had to find out some more information, and I did find out that I do have coverage for my AC compressor. I was going to get it fixed when I was just up in Utah. However, the dealership didn't have one, so sat up there all week with no AC, which is okay. My APU worked for the majority of the time that I was in Utah, so I'm okay with that. This is my second drive shift outside of Utah. I'm in Nebraska now, so it worked all day last night, or all day yesterday when I was sleeping. And I don't know, and my APU is just kind of hit and miss. It works when it wants, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna do the smart thing here. I'm gonna focus and I'll get back with you guys here shortly after I get through this storm. All right, so I was absolutely right about that storm. So we're on a whole new day. And the reason why is because I got hit by that storm. It didn't last too long. It only lasted like an hour and a half or so. And then I got in front of it, stopped for a 30-minute break, realized I was like, I could take a nap. Slept for like 45 minutes to an hour, woke up, and the rest of that day was just pouring down raining. So I was like, I'll record tomorrow. So here's tomorrow. No longer raining, and only got 100 miles left. But like I was saying, we are continuing this no AC saga. Hopefully it doesn't last too much longer, but it's lasting right now, which is why I'm only driving at night right now, because obviously it's not 90 and 100 degrees during the nighttime, thank goodness. So I'm sticking to driving at night. I don't know if I mentioned it on the clip earlier. I might have, or I might not have, I don't remember. but I actually went through, oh yeah, I think I did, that I found out that my AC is under warranty. You're not really on the shoulder, but enough where, okay, I got plenty of space. It is under warranty. Now, because of the rain and stuff yesterday and me being tired, I forgot to call and start a new claim. So I had to do that today when I stopped. What time is it? 5? I get there at 5:45. Yeah, I'll just have to stay up and make sure I call them today. But I'll go ahead and start the warranty claim so they can find me a shop that I can take it to, and, you know, make sure whatever shop has the AC compressor in stock, because that's what I've been running into. I've actually called several Volvo dealers along my route, and no one has an AC compressor, which is like, it's frustrating, but also kind of makes me nervous because, you know, it's August now, August 1st, but still, like, we're still in the full swing of summer, and I don't know if I can take this no AC during the day while I'm driving too much longer. So hopefully I get that claim started and then they can track down the part so I don't have to. That will help me out tremendously. Don't pull out right now. Okay, so I'll get that done today. Outside of that, my APU is still kind of 50-50. So like it ran the past couple nights that I stopped, or a couple days that I stopped, and then yesterday when I stopped after all the rain, it ran for maybe 20 minutes and then it shut off. So I actually didn't have an APU through my 10-hour break yesterday, which was, I mean, obviously not the first time, but first time I had no APU where I couldn't idle, where I didn't idle because there's no point if I have no AC. So, I mean, it was eerily quiet because I'm so used to having my APU running, or, you know, having my TV on because my APU is running. But, you know, with my batteries not having anything to keep the charge, I kind of just left it off. I left everything off. That way, you know, at the end of my 10-hour break, my battery still had enough charge for me to start the truck, and that way my alternator recharged the batteries. So, on top of not having an AC or finding an AC compressor, I also need to find a Thermo King and have my APU service to figure out why I keep shutting off. Because I feel like when I first got this truck, even in those temperatures, it didn't used to shut off like it does now. I'm going a little bit too fast. And then all of a sudden this year, I'm just having just issue after issue with my APU. Now, my APU is getting up there in hours. I think last I checked, I'm at 11 or 12,000 hours on this APU, which, you know, definitely got my money's worth out of it. I'm hoping I can get a service done and they can continue, you know, it can continue running well. But if not, it's kind of no love lost if I have to replace it. Because like I said, I definitely got my money's worth out of it. It's just more of an expense I really don't want right now. So I don't know if anyone's priced out a new APU lately, but it's anywhere between, depending on which one I go with, it's anywhere between like $11,000 and $15,000 for another APU. So I'm gonna see, or I'm gonna start looking around to see if I can either like do a trade-in on this one or something. I don't know, but it all depends on if I can get it to work or not through the service. So that would be the only way that I could do a trade-in value. If not, I just have to pay for someone to take it off and pay someone to put on a new one. So it kind of sucks, but I'm just kind of at that point. Because right now, like, even though there's a lot of trucks on the market right now, there's nothing wrong with my truck. So I don't really see, it's not a necessity for me to buy a new truck to put a new APU on. It's just like an unnecessary cost. I'd rather just buy a new APU and put it on this one, put it on the truck, you know, until, you know, knock on wood, hopefully nothing happens to my truck, but in case something happens to my truck, then I have a brand new APU. Man, these rolling hills. When I have a brand new APU, if I have to buy a new truck, I just have and take my new APU off of this truck and put it on the new one, you know. So it's like kind of having to think of it wisely. Now, one expense I know is coming up for this truck is tires. I think these are still my original tires from, I guess, 2 years ago now. Yeah, I've been at Landstar 2 years. So I put these tires on when I was still at Prime, but I had already purchased the truck and swapped the tires over to duals. So that was about 2 years and 2 months, or I guess 3 months now, that these tires have been on. They still pass inspection. I just got inspected last Monday. Yeah, I got inspected last Monday and everything passed, but I think it's starting to get to that point. I gotta reread that paperwork, but I'm pretty sure it's on my mind because I read the tire depth on that paperwork, and it's like, okay, I gotta get ready to replace tires. So I know that's my one expense coming up, and then I'm also reaching 500,000 miles, so that's another expense. But I believe NTP covers that too for, well, I guess if something's wrong, obviously, then they'll cover it. But my 500,000 mile Volvo service is coming up, you know, where they have to go through the transmission and the one box, and come on, dude. Thank you. Have to go through the one box and make sure everything's good with the def, even though I just had my SCR replaced on the truck. So they should have looked at the one box, which it should be fine because I don't idle, you know, until recently. Everything should be fine on that 500,000 mile service. So I'm not really too worried about anything there. It's more just like a progress report to find out if anything is starting to get to, you know, to a point where I have to start replacing stuff. Now, if I start replacing things, or start having to replace things that are not covered under that warranty, then I'll look into buying a new truck. But right now, Sapphire is solid, man. I have had no issues out of this truck, outside of, you know, just a couple small things. But I've had no, well, and the SCR, that was a major thing. But I've had no major issues out of this truck, and I have every intention to keep this truck going as long as I can, because I've definitely got my money's worth out of it, and hopefully I can continue to do so. But I do need to get my AC fixed. That's a very critical thing that I need to get fixed, because as y'all know, this summer has been hot, and so far I've been now 7 days without AC. So it's been a journey, I'll say that. It kind of worked itself out, because, like, you know, I'm starting to work on my weight a little bit, so I'm not getting bigger, I guess I can say. So I was like, oh, you know, I started going to the gym, working out, sitting in the sauna, you know, kind of sweat some of the weight off. So guess what I've been doing? Just driving in the summer with the windows up and sweating some of this weight off. So it's kind of it sucks, but I made it work, you know what I mean? You know, there's a bright side to stuff like that. But anyway, that's all I have going on for this video anyway. I do have a couple video ideas I need to go ahead and get out. But as far as this video is concerned, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up so I can go ahead and finish this day, because I'm starting to get tired and I've only got 90 miles left. So go ahead and push it out, you know, and take the next 1 or 2 days off, and you know, get right back to it for the most part. So like I always say, you guys, if you're thinking, you might as well do it logically. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.